G'day everyone, Rach here from Inky Planners. Welcome to a planning part of the program. This is a U-turn video. If you have been watching any of my videos over the last, let's say, 6 months or towards the end of last year, bless your heart if you have, thank you, and you watched my one and only Erin Condren haul late last year, and I should have brought it over. I brought the zipper organizer, I brought some pens, and I brought this notebook. And if you remember, I opened the notebook and I felt the paper and I was like, okay. I was curious, I wanted to know, and so I had chosen a notebook with sort of a classic Erin Condren cover. But at that first moment, I wasn't a fan of the paper. Well, something changed. I started to use the notebook. I can't really show too much, I'm afraid. It's a writing notebook. I started to use the notebook. I probably started it because I made I had a light bulb moment that when I work on my writing stuff, if you are aware, I'm an aspiring author, I've discovered that I prefer spiral bound notebooks than hardback or stitched notebooks. And so I was looking in my drawer for notebooks and I found this and I started to use it, and actually I really liked it. I liked the way the pens worked on it. I was really impressed. So I ordered 2 more. I was still not buying any planners, so I just ordered a couple of notebooks. I think this was a new cover design and I really liked it. Again, I can't show the inside of that one either. So I really like that, and this one, I think I actually played with the cover and chose the colour. It was one of the ones you could customise. Oh, this one's upside down. I actually only made a realisation today, I have to say. I didn't realise there was a sticker page in the back of each of them. So I think, like, this one has been stuck down. I've obviously just not looked closely. So there is actually a label page on the back of each of the notebooks. So I've just been getting a dot grid notebook. This one hasn't been used yet. So dot grid notebook. And as I say, I chose the colour of this. Fast forward to when their life planners launched, and I fell in love with the Etovie Evolve cover. So let's just shift those over there. And I really like the cover, but when I looked on the website at that time, I either didn't look properly, highly likely, or it was not yet available. There was no notebook with the Evolve cover, just planners, and I'm like, I'm not buying a planner. I do not need to buy a planner. So I just kept looking now and again, and eventually it turned up as a notebook. I just love this cover. I've just stuck with the plain regular platinum coil on all of them, because I think even with notebooks, maybe, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, you do, oh, maybe you don't with notebooks. Let's just not go there. I don't know. I've just stuck with platinum coil. So I picked up the Evolve cover because, as I said, I just love it. But I wasn't just going to send one notebook on its own. I ordered 2. so another dot grid notebook. Oh, those are those punchy out bits. Yeah. So I now am the proud owner of 5 Erin Condren dot grid notebooks. I then went down the marker line. So I think in this last order where I got the Evolve cover, I ordered 2 packs of markers. I did have 1 pack that I got right back in that original order that potentially, if you remember, it might have been lost. So I have swatched them earlier on. I'm not going to waste a whole heap of time swatching them now. So this was the original pack that I had brought, which is dual tip dot and chisel markers. This is the Evolve dual tip highlighter set, and this is the Canvas dual tip highlighter set, which is very pretty. I'm also seriously toying with adding the Bold Blooms highlighter set. So I was watching people's Erin Condren's orders. Can you guess where I'm going? And I'm like, oh. So I then ordered something else, and I'm knocking the camera. Let me just pull the table away from the tripod. So I have now broken my rule, and I have not opened this box. I've had this box for about 3 weeks, but because of all the stuff that's been going on, I just have not had a time to film, and I wanted to do a true reaction. So all I have done this morning is do that, cut the thing. I have not looked in here, so let's do it. Let's do it. They do wrap things very well. I'm very impressed. And the other thing I'm very impressed about is how the shipping to New Zealand is really, I can't remember how much the shipping costs me, but I'm obviously prepared to pay it, and that's my choice. But the actual time to get to me is very good. I'm very impressed with that. So, I have 2 things in my box. Oh, I have other things in my box. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, let me just check what I've got here. Alright. So I've actually been given two of these cards with codes on. When do they expire? August, beginning of August. Okay, they both, I wonder if I was meant to get 2 or whether they were stuck together, but I have actually got two 20% off coupons on those cards. So I just ordered 2 things. Let's get the notebooks out of the way. I made a call. I was just inspired by everybody's videos. In fact, actually, my biggest influence for my Erin Condren phase, or era, let's use the common terminology at the moment, is a YouTuber called Kristen Kramer, I believe. I'll at least put her name in the description below if I can't link something. And I've been very inspired by what she's doing. I've really liked the sizing. Now, I wanted to check, because this is the first time I've got this out. So what have I got? Let's just have a look. I have ordered a horizontal layout life planner. And I just wanted to, before I get too far into it, wanted to see something. Because the sizing, to me, let's just pull out a piece of paper. Have I got a ruled, just a normal lined piece of paper? Okay. Like, I feel like it's a little bit smaller than Happy Planner. So I just wanted to kind of see. So width-wise it's the same, but it's a little bit shorter. Okay. So I don't know how well you can see that. I don't know. So you can see that Happy Planner is just a little bit longer than obviously the 9. So maybe it's 9.5 for Happy Planner is. It just, everything I saw, it just looked like a nice size. So, let's have a look at it. Let's put that book journal back. So, I was swayed by the stencil that everyone's been raving about, the new stencil. So that was one of the things. It's like, oh, I really like the stencil, but I don't need a planner. But then I just kept going, and then I got one. So I chose obviously a different cover, because one of the things is, as Erin Condren fans will know, is you can change the covers. So I wasn't going to buy another one of these because I already had that now. So I just went through and found something that I liked. And I've gone for an 18-month planner with added pages. So it's gloriously chunky. Love it. And I learned from watching people is the more you get in here now, the bigger your coil. And if you want to franken plan or whatever, you want a decent size coil. I do not think I'm going to go through the faff of uncoiling and recoiling a planner at this point in time, but you know, who knows down the track. I was not going to buy an Erin Condren. So let's have a look at this. So I cannot remember the name, and I think it would probably it'd waste too much time. I'll look it up and try and put it on the screen over this dark area here, the name of the cover. But it's just a nice, I don't think it's metallic, no. A nice leafy muted pattern, front and back. I cannot begin to tell you how much I love the chunkiness of this. Okay, so it's the canvas layout inside, partly because well, I just was looking around. I don't know. I love this bit of vellum. So what have we got? Let's center. Maybe let's just quickly. So you've seen the stencil. The other thing I ordered was a dashboard, and this is a canvas universal snap-in weekly dashboard. And I've got this because my goal with this planner is for it to actually be my writing planner from July, which is when the planner starts. I have been using and it has to go sideways, a big Happy Planner monthly layout. It's just too big. It's just too big, and I was just getting frustrated, and when I decided to make the call to get an Erin Condren, I decided that it would be for my writing. So it's one of the reasons why I went for 18 months and why I added extra pages. And I thought I would get this as a I won't be writing on it. It's not my intention to write on it. It's a sticky note holder is what I plan to do with that. So let's move these things out of the way and have a look. And I'm sure if you're an Erin Condren fan, you've looked at all of this, but this is the first time I have had a life planner in my hands. So I just, for some reason, I like the size, and as we just saw with the Happy Planner paper, it's not much smaller than a Happy Planner, so I don't know why I'm favouring this over Happy Planner at the moment. So we've got July 2024 through to December 25, which is the you know, how long the planner is going for. And I chose that because it's actually only $5 more to add 6 months to your planner. And it's like, that's a no-brainer. It's really a no-brainer to do that. Okay, so a little progress each day adds up. So I have some plans for this. I'm going to use these boxes as a book progress page. I will actually create a sticker that will fit inside these boxes as my intention, and probably use the back side as well. So I can basically keep track of 18 books. 6, 12, 18 would be my plan. So July 2024, and I chose the canvas just to keep it neutral and get a hang on using this planner. Now, one of the things I am going to do, and I think that was probably another reason why I chose the canvas, is I'm actually going to redate the monthlies. They are a Sunday start, and I'm a Monday start person. And while I've got used to the idea, and initially my thought was to put some washi tape here down these two lines to sort of show my week, I'm actually gonna take the time and actually redate, and I've got another video coming up which will show some things for that. So, but otherwise it's a very nice clean monthly calendar, decent sized boxes. Just with my crappy eyesight, I can't read everything that's, so you've got Independence Day, but I'm struggling on some of these other ones. Okay, so this is your dashboard pages. Now, if you've watched lots of videos, you know that they made a change this year. This page here used to be over here. It's very hard to see, and I'm sorry you can see the camera. The dashboard used to be over here, and this apparently used to be lined. Because I have no experience with that, it's neither here nor there with me. So this will just be it will be a monthly dashboard of some description. I haven't quite figured it out yet. And then the horizontal, and I went for the horizontal because I still will use this a little bit like my checklist pages in the Happy Planner Monthly. So I will kind of almost ignore the days, and it'll just be a checklist going down the pages, but each box I probably will record word count on that day, or the project that's being worked on and its word count or whatever along those lines. So this to me was the most sensible layout, bar one, which is currently not available until I believe next week, something like that. This was the most sensible layout to get for me. So it's just a very clean horizontal layout. That's probably a better indication of colour of paper than when I lay it down. It's just the lighting, and it's all just very neutral. The pages are all very neutral. The dividers are all very neutral. I'm very happy. So let's flick through towards December. I love the thickness of this. Definitely. Alright, so we're in December of 2025. So that's the last week of 2025, and we've actually got the first 4 days of 2026, amazingly. And then on the last page of the month, there is a notes page, which is probably the same, on every month. Then you get some notes pages. So these notes pages are what would come in the planner anyway. So what have we got? 2, 4, 6, 8. Then I added in more pages, and I think you get 40. I think you get 40 more sheets. I'm actually tempted, because it's all the same lined paper, I'm actually tempted to pull this out. There's no real need for me to have that unless I relabel it. I'll ponder that and see. But I just cut the tab off and just have it. It'll be a slightly thicker sheet in the middle of the notes pages. Oh, I love this, actually. So, then at the back, you get heritage and awareness observances right through till the end of 2025. So from July for the rest of this year, and then all of next year. I would say, for me, the writing is very small on here. Okay. So these are, I'm feeling like a lot of these holidays, so you've got April Fools. So they're not, these are not the most traditional of holidays by the looks of things. So they're obviously things that are maybe a big deal in America, but there's probably nothing on here really that is actually relevant to me. What's on the back side of that? A bit of notes paper. Okay, so I could potentially actually stick something over the top of that. Let's keep in touch. May or may not use that. 2026 future log, which will be useful. And then we get a couple of sheets of stickers. This was the one thing I was interested in seeing when I had looked at flip-throughs of other canvas layouts. I'm probably not a big fan of the colours, although they're a little bit better in person. I'm sure that some of these could be used and maybe some of them won't be. I'm not a huge fan of this page, but who knows. Then you get just some more labels. How are they with these colours? I feel like they don't match that much actually with the canvas dual tip markers. Alright, and then we have the pocket. This was probably the only thing in looking at people's videos of their canvas layout is the plainness of the pocket. I would have really liked the canvas, the Evolve pocket. But anyway, such is life. And then we get over here. Oh, I never got a that's interesting. Aren't I supposed to have a perpetual calendar and a pack of things? I never got those. That's interesting. Okay, I might send them an email and ask them. I'm not going to ask them to send them to me because that's just a waste of postage, but I'm going to clarify that. I thought I was supposed to get a perpetual calendar and also this is not sitting very nicely up the back here. Is that better? Yeah. Okay, so that is my U-turn. So I am really looking forward to starting this in July. I could potentially, actually there is one more thing I did order. Can I put my hand on them quickly enough? Yes. I ordered some coil clip connectors. So I could clip in a couple of pages. I think you get 12 or something like that. I could potentially clip in a couple of pages and start this in July. Sorry, in June. I'm a little bit tempted to do that too. Or use this page here in June and then pull it out afterwards. I don't know, but I am a little bit happy with what I've got. I'm a bit disappointed I didn't get what was supposed to come in the folder though, but I love the chunkiness of this. So there we go. Who would have thunked it that I would get an Erin Condren planner? I have to say this has probably been several years in the making. I am still a very big fan of the disc bound system and the versatility that you get with discs, but for some reason at this moment in time this is what I'm craving and I want to use. So as I said, this is going to be my writing planner I'll either cobble together something to use in June or I will start using it properly in July. So it probably won't feature too much, although I might look at doing some sort of flip depending on exactly what I write in it, you know. I don't want to be giving things away, spoilers and stuff like that. Noisy. Let's just get those back in there. So I may do a flip, or you may not see it again on this channel. We'll just have to wait and see, I'm afraid. So there we go, Erin Condren. my current love. Okay, so that's that for this video. I will catch you again soon in another video very soon. Thanks everyone. Bye for now.